Hello, Paul is the best for UK here, and welcome to another video. So we're looking at Dizzy today on the Commodore 64. So this is by the Oliver twins. Now I remember playing this first on the Spectrum back in the day, on the Spectrum 48K machine, and so we've got some sort of SID rendition of the music here. You've got some sort of fancy artwork around the size of the screen. But yeah, that wasn't present on Spectrum either. But you see them curvy trees around and the moon and stuff, that wasn't present on the Spectrum. I think it's because it's sort of ported from the Spectrum lazily, and because it doesn't meet the screen's real estate, they just added some artwork around the edges. It was applied to most of the Dizzy games later on as well. So yeah, today we're looking at Dizzy. So let's, without further ado, let's get on with it. So happy Monday. Right, okay, so this is Dizzy on the Commodore 64. Just like the Spectrum version, you've got to use up to jump. Now, okay, so I think it's Dizzy characters have been a bit redesigned from the Spectrum, but most of the graphics look the same. I was half expecting when I first saw this back in the day, the Commodore 64 version would have his red boxing gloves on, but it doesn't. So it's sort of like the Spectrum version, but there's now like colour fringing or colour bleed or whatever you call it when you walk through things. That's kind of neat. It does tend to run slightly slower than the Spectrum now. I think it sees a port of the Spectrum version using some sort of advanced programming techniques of the time. So you can see the blocks, the sort of moving platforms there, they're sort of flickering as and it does get rather slow at this point. It slows down. You can tell that everything's slowing down sort of thing as you play the game. So watching out for this spider here. Them apples falling from that tree closure as well. This is a bouncy thing. Whee! Oh, you fuck straight into the spider. Now I noticed on this version that's also different on the Spectrum. Dizzy dies differently. It like sort of turns into 4 little eggs like that sort of go out of his body rather than the way the Spectrum does it. So yeah, of course, Dizzy was a very popular game back in the 80s and 90s. It was one of, it had loads of sequels, and I mean like loads, and it's really respected as one of the biggest franchises that Carl Masters was ever involved with. Obviously, the original games were programmed by the Oliver twins themselves. I believe them two actually appeared on one of the Saturday morning television magazine programs that used to be on the day. Maybe it was Saturday Roadshow, maybe it was Going Live. I can't remember, but yeah, they've made a lot of games, and they've definitely contributed a lot to the video game industry in the UK. Oh, you fuck! The raindrop killed me. Oh, you booner. Right, okay, let's try going left this time. So basically, this is a collect and solve game. You collect items to solve various puzzles and stuff throughout the world. On this version, you only can pick up one item at a time. So you can see at the top there, I'm holding a mucky grease gun. I know exactly what to do with this. All you got to do is go into this mine shaft here, and without hitting the jump button, use it on the old cart, which was, see what I mean? It like sort of solves that problem, moves it out the way for you. There's a key there which is used somewhere, but like I said, you only can pick up one item at a time on this version of the game, the original. On later versions you had like 3 slots that you could use, but yeah, you can see we're in like the sort of midst of the mines and caverns. Back in the day, it would have got your atmosphere going, of course, especially if you was a child or like a young person. Oh, you fuck! I just went into the ghost right here. So we got the haunted chimney. Pick up this raincoat. You know, you saw when I last lost my life. It was raining and the rain killed me. That's what you use. You have to go all the way back to the right to use that raincoat. But yeah, quite an epic adventure, to be honest. It's got loads of screens. I always thought, if I'm honest, the original Dizzy was a bit more eerie, a bit more spooky than the later games. You can drop the item wherever you want to drop it, of course. And yep, so it will take you a long time to complete this game because you've got to use them items. You only can pick up one at a time. You've got to use them in various points in the world map. And yeah, so that's Dizzy 1 on the Commodore 64. Not a bad conversion. I think it's a little bit slower than the Spectrum. If I'm honest, I do prefer the Spectrum version. But yes, that's Dizzy 1. I'm going to give that one a nice 8 out of 10. I think it's a really good game. So thank you for watching. Have a pleasant evening, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.